ladies and gentlemen, boy, say his name. You better make sure that you say happy birthday to him because, boy, does he have a lot to say here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the only platform where all music, all sports, and all wrestling matters. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, you might have saw one rock star that came on here a little while ago, and that rock star was the guy that provided the vocals. Everybody knows that Evanescence song, Bring Me to Life, and how about We Are One, We Are One, that Nexus song, and he was the guy that sang it. But before him and all these other rock stars that have come on to Sportswire Radio, there was one resident rock star. There was one resident rock star of Sportswire Radio, and there was one resident rock star of the underground and the backyard. And as a matter of fact, all of the wrestling circuit, ladies and gentlemen, we honor him. We celebrate his day, but we also get you ready for the King of Cedar Rapids. We also talk about championship gold once again, but did it come at a cost? We'll talk about a new PWF champion, but we'll most certainly talk about what is ahead February the 28th. And will this man and his tag team partner, his best friend, finally get those hands on those tag team championships? I don't know. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to give this man that birthday-like introduction. But actually, before I do that, I do actually want to give somebody my thoughts and prayers. Somebody that is very, very near and dear to us. He is near and dear because he is the IMF United States champion, and he is a man here that is our final chief, and he's always been, for a long time, one of my favorites here on this platform. I just want to say my absolute prayers to Il Drago, the reigning defending IMF United States champion, and I hope that he is recovering and doing well, and I hope everybody keeps him and his family in our thoughts and prayers, and we hope that we will see him back out there very soon. But most importantly, we want to give him our thoughts and prayers and say we are with you. Anything we can do, myself included, we will definitely be there at the drop of a dime, and we want to definitely make sure we keep him in our thoughts and prayers and his continued speedy recovery. And also his other half, Kiara, who we know Kiara's come through creations. We want to make sure we send out our love to her. But it's now time to send our love to this man here and give him that introduction and start the birthday night off here in style on Sportswire Radio, the number one global radio station where all music, all sports, and all wrestling matters. So with that, without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number one cable switch off, the man that was the first rock star to come onto Sportswire Radio, the man that was the first BYW and underground wrestler to come on to this platform and to make it what it is today. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the reigning, defending RCW champion. He is simply put the resident rockstar Shawn. Shawn Jovi, the champ, is here. Happy birthday to you. My friend, happy birthday, and how are we doing?
Doing good, other than the surprise cameo from Fozzy trying to get on the
Hey,
keyboard.
listen, I mean, by proxy, I guess it would be Fozzie's birthday too, right? By proxy?
Nah, yeah, kind of. But every day is his birthday because I love him so much.
Well, you know what? And we love you, and obviously we want to wish you a very happy birthday, and just thank you for all that you do. Thank you for everything that you've done for the wrestling circuit. Thank you for everything that you've done for backyard and underground wrestling. Thank you though for what you've done here. And I mean, I know we're going to talk about what's going on in IMF, RCW. You got that championship once again, but to me, I know people see all these rock stars that have come on here, all the mainstream recognition. All of those people wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for you, sir. July 2022. You were the first. You were the first of many, and we wouldn't be here without you, and we're forever indebted to you. And thank you for what you've done for this platform and putting us to where we are today. As a matter of fact, I'm going to say it, ladies and gentlemen. I was actually on an email thread today with a man that played with the one and only Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. I can't tell you who it is. I can't tell you when he's going to come on. He's massive. He's very massive, and he'll be on here. And I was on an email thread with this man. I can't share his information because then, we'll certainly be like other people that may no longer have been here. But because of you, we've had that opportunity. So thank you for all that you do, and happy birthday, Shawn Jovi.
Thanks, Tom. It's an honor to see you grow as a creator. It's really honestly game changing what you and I have done together as just a team, as friends. Like honestly, we've accomplished a lot. Like I said.
Appreciate that. No, really, you mean a lot. Yeah, I know there's going to be the fans are here, some of your colleagues. I know it's going to be a hit or miss with that, but I do want to give you something. But I think I'm going to ask you first because I see that championship once again. It's a championship I know very well here on this platform over the past nearly 4 years you've been coming on, and I have a few other announcements, especially one coming up here this weekend that you will probably tune into. So I'll get to that in a little while. But Shawn Jovi, for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform, as I just stated, you certainly helped build Sportswire Radio. Talk to me about what it means to you to be on top once again as the reigning defending RCW champion.
You know, Tom, a lot of people probably think I'm not worthy of holding this title just because I run it. We've seen multiple people, past and present, do that kind of thing on this show and in the backyard underground in general. Here's the reason why it's different than all these other reigns. One, because I am good enough to hold this title. I've always always will. I've held this more times than I have fingers on my hands.
Bro, we've talked. You've been here a couple times with it in the past.
It's over 10 times. I lost count how many times I've held this precious baby.
I know.
But it's my baby at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm serious. I might even have held it more than I have 2 hands and like half a foot. Not even joking. I've held this belt so many times. But the thing that's different about this reign is I'm the bad guy now. I had never, in my memory of RCW, I don't think I've ever been as on a run as I have been right now for RCW back then. Think about it, Tom. The last time I held this, I was in a different company, bringing it back from the ashes.
Yep. Well, I'm aware. I remember that history very well. We spoke a lot about it over the years. I'm aware.
And it's weird because I told myself when I lost this that I would never challenge for it again because it's time to let other people grow. Well, I think it's time for those other people who have grown or have not grown to step aside because the resident rock star brought his baby back, not just this rubbing people's faces like, hey, look at this belt. It's nice and shiny. It's cool. It's cooler than any belt you people in the underground have. No, that's not the reason. The reason is because I've been doing this 20 years and I had to earn this opportunity in order to get there. So, and by earning opportunity, I mean taking out of Thomas's cold, absent hands. But that's okay. I mean, he lost. I won. I'm the victor. That's all that matters at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how I did it. Doesn't matter why I did it. It just all that matters is that I'm on top of something again. And that's momentum I need going into this 20th year.
And listen, I mean, we talked about this a couple of months ago. You wanted that championship back to you because the former champion, we're going to show that footage here in a few minutes, Thomas McEntee, well, I mean, he was just, MIA. That's just putting it, let's say, kindly. And that's the reason you have it.
Yeah, I'm even wearing this T-shirt. I wore it, and in the promo, I was like, Thomas McEntee, where the hell are you?
We spoke about it. Listen, we spoke about it.
His name.
You demanded that championship back. You demanded your property. You demanded Thomas McEntee to show up. I mean, this is really, that's the reason that you have that championship back.
I mean, yeah, it's true. But like I said, I may be wearing Thomas's merch, but no one's saying his name anymore, are they? They're saying my name, Shawn Jovi, the only name that still is relevant.
Well, you are relevant.
Well, besides you, Tom, you and I, we're the relevant ones here.
Well, there's some people in the chat that I think are relevant, but I mean, I'm not going to start. I'm going to plead the fifth, just like when Omen was here a couple of weeks ago, and he was saying, be humble, and I'm going to try my best on that for you. But I mean, obviously, we're going to show that footage in a second, and you've got that championship once again, and you are more relevant than ever. I would objectively, and I think a lot of people would objectively agree about that. Going into year 20, you are more relevant than ever. We have seen what you've done. Winning the IMF Tag Team Championships, pinning the man that was once your brother, your big brother in Soldier GP, and what you've done in this back and forth with this Tone to Boss, and I mean being the resident rock star of the underground. You said there would only be one rock star of the underground, and what you've done these last 5 or 6 months absolutely proves that and some. But are you concerned about the man that came out? And we'll show that footage in a few minutes, who maybe some would say it had helped at least give you a little bit of an easier chance to regain that championship. And a man, I forgot he existed. I mean, you speak about Thomas McEntee. I mean, we know the Thomas McEntee situation, but I had forgotten. Man, you have history with going back to that other promotion who I didn't even know where he was. Was he alive? Was he dead? And Tyler Fury. I mean, what's your thoughts on that situation and what he did and what he did to you?
So here's the thing, Tom. There's a little bit more to this than people may realize. Yes, I am aware, just like you, probably like everyone else, everyone forgot about Tyler Fury. I didn't forget about Tyler Fury. You got to remember, I offered that man an RCW contract about, a year ago?
Yeah.
The contract up, due to absent time, it's been extended, and I extended his contract as well, so he'll be on more RCW shows. But there was something I had to do to ensure this baby was coming back, and that is for me to hire someone who doesn't like Thomas just as much as I do. And that's where Tyler Fury came into play. He was an insurance policy to make sure Thomas McEntee did not leave with this title no matter what. And in exchange, I offered him the first title shot. I offered Tyler Fury a title shot. Not because he's easy pickings, just like Thomas was, but because it's like I said before, let young talent grow. But I'm here to bury that talent. So I want to see if they have what it takes, or if they're just going to be put in the dust like everyone else.
I mean, a man that you do have quite a history with, who once upon a time wanted, to have you extinct. I mean, famously, Mr. Fury and a few of his cohorts had promised to take individuals like yourself and, basically take you off this earth. And now you're going to basically try to, I guess, do the same thing. Nevertheless, when it comes to Tyler Fury, but I put the footage up here. And if you're out there on Sportzwire Radio for the first time, if you want to help Shawn Jovi celebrate his birthday, the best way to do that is by hitting that sub button for me. So if you're here right now, it's very simple. All you have to do, we're going to put it up here in a few minutes, at Shawn Jovi. Hit that YouTube button for us. Follow him on Instagram. And that's the way to celebrate this man. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's free. It's free to hit that sub button for Shawn Jovi, and he's only a few subscribers away from 1,000. So this could be the night. He's 83 away. You just never know out there. So let's certainly support Mr. Jovi. We are watching his match with Thomas McEntee in the RCW championship match that obviously with the historic RCW and the PWF show Snow Mercy, there was another championship change we'll talk about here shortly. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally all music and all wrestling matters. And it's a good point you made though about Tyler and Thomas, because I do remember that history that Tyler Fury and Thomas McEntee had. They did have a long history. In fact, some of that history even predates your history with Mr. Fury.
Yeah, it does. And like I said, yeah, he gets Fury's contract was extended. He's got a title shot now. And I mean, I guess, he did the right thing from his perspective by trying to put me down after I win the title. Cheap play, buddy. It's a play out of my book, but good for him. Good for him for putting his foot down and putting me down. But there's a problem, Mr. Fury. I'm going to destroy you. And I'm going to destroy Thomas as well, because he is contractually obligated to a rematch for this title. So here's what we're going to do. Winter Wasteland's the next PWF RCW joint show.
Right.
So how about this? Since triple threat matches are notorious for Winter Wasteland in the RCW world, let's make it a triple threat for the RCW championship. Me versus Tyler Fury versus Thomas McEntee. Winner can come home with this. And the reason why I'm doing this is a triple threat, Tom. I don't know if you know history as well as some may, but I'm 4-1 in triple threat matches.
I knew that the history. You are very good in triple threat matches. Your win-loss percentages, I hate to throw it out there, fans listening to this, almost like your win-loss percentage in triple threat matches, and I hate to throw this out there for some people, is like the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, hey, needless to say, I've been in 4 of them. No, this would be the 5th one for Winter Wasteland. Seems like come up every year, so why not keep the tradition going? That's all.
That's right. Listen, I think it's the third year we're doing this in IMF, and you've been at every IMF show, and RCW and the PWF shows are obviously here in Cedar Rapids also, and Snow Mercy's gotten a lot of views, and but I gotta ask you, you just made this announcement, this bombshell announcement, and I know you were just in the ring with Thomas McEntee, and Tyler Fury now gets an opportunity at this, but are you concerned, and just now that you've got to go out and face one man, Tyler Fury, who's motivated to all of a sudden walk in here and take your championship, what you've done so much for, and then Thomas McEntee, who I guess now is mandated to come back. He's contractually obligated for a rematch, and a guy that we hadn't seen for so long. I mean, are you concerned about seeing these two men? And there it is. There's the footage.
There it is. Clear as day. Help in the works. Now, he was just going to have me cover him, but, why cover him when I can add insult to injury? So, for the first time in a while, I had to lay him down in the bed of roses.
Put icing on the cake.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done that move, actually.
Well, you definitely did, and he's not getting up from that. Yeah, he's not getting up.
Not many people have kicked out of it. I think Ricky Romero and maybe one other person might have kicked out.
Yeah, out of many. It's 20 years we're doing this.
Out. He knows me too well. That's part of it.
Well, we know that history between you two, but there it is. What's up with that?
I guess he just wanted to be selfish and not celebrate with me. Kind of a dick move, I would say. I give this guy a free title shot.
And literally, I got the reference.
Figuratively and literally. After I give him a title shot. Very cute.
Wow. Boy, to me, that's so fascinating because Tyler Fury, we haven't seen it, I don't know, almost a year, right? I mean, it's got to be about, 9 months?
Roughly, yeah.
It's been 8, 9 months, and we'll take the footage up here for a second, and he all of a sudden comes in here, and he does what he does to Thomas McEntee. Yeah, there's a history there. Thomas has spoken about it when he was here in the past. Tyler's spoken about it. But then he does what he does to you, and now he's got motivation. His mind, he's going to feel like, you know what? That championship's mine, because without what he did to Thomas McEntee, that gave you that opening to have what you've got right now in front of you. So Tyler Fury right now, he might be the most confident he's ever been. He's been in a number of matches. This is a guy that's tried and he's tamed with Thomas McEntee. You remember this, that he's been a partner of Thomas McEntee's. So from his vantage point, he's got him all figured out. And now with what he just did to you after you took that championship, he's going to feel like that you're just holding that for him. What's your thoughts on this?
Oh, I don't hold this belt for anybody. I hold it for myself. That's the only person who needs to hold this belt, Tom. No one else in RCW, PWF, maybe even the IMF, hell, any other underground promotion out there, no one is worthy of holding the RCW championship other than me. You could even say, like Gabe Sayers, I don't think he's ready for the RCW title. This belt he may be the All Wrestling Matters champion. This belt has more history and lineage than the All Wrestling Matters championship. This title has more history and lineage than the PWF World Championship. Hell, I hate to say it, but this title has more lineage than the IMF World Championship. Does it mean more than those titles? That's up for you to decide. But in terms of history and lineage and through the GBYWN era, this belt's what it is. This is the belt where you should be fighting for.
Listen, you know what? I think those are very valid points, and there's no question that I'm going to take what Tuesday's guest, Cody Maverick, said, and I see Bam Allen's here in the chat, is that every championship means something. They mean something in different ways. So right. I'm not going to say that one championship means more than another, but I think that what you have right there is very valuable, and I think that that's why Tyler Fury wants it, and I most certainly think why Thomas McEntee, the former champion, is back, and he's got his rematch, and it's going to be a very intriguing match. It's going to take place here, and the way to watch RCW footage. Now, if you want to celebrate this man's birthday, the best way to do it, I put his YouTube link up here. You see a new little way you can see some of the footage and also hitting that sub button. It's so easy. It is so easy. I've made it easy for you if you're here for the first time to hit that sub button for Shawn Jovi. He is just a few subscribers away from 1,000. Let's celebrate his birthday by doing that. He is back on top as the RCW champion. He's going to talk about another championship belt that he held, and I'm sure he has plenty to say on that as we're getting you ready also for the IMF's latest show, which is the King of Cedar Rapids. That takes place here 3 weeks from this Saturday. And please follow the IMF on all their social media pages. We buy a ticket every month to the IMF shows. We are very appreciative of their support over the years. And hello to Bam Allen. Bam just gave you a sub. Thank you, Bam. Bam, of course, from our friends in the WVWF, which we know very well because Il Drago has been on the screen with another guy that's Samoan, whose name, Daniel Tafu, the hybrid champion there. So our friends in the WVWF and the IMF are 1 and 2. Flip a coin, but hit the sub button for Shawn. There it is. The bat signal goes off when I hear the WVWF guys. I don't know what's going on here, but nevertheless, we love it. And hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi. Maverick, we're celebrating Shawn Jovi's birthday. He's the RCW champion. He was the first backyard and underground wrestler to come on to Sportzwire. He was the first rock star before you saw this one rock star before that came on here tonight named Paul McCoy, who did those vocals for the Evanescence song Bring Me to Life. And Shawn Jovi has brought us to life here on Sportswire Radio. I want to say hello to my friend Maria out there who's watching this. She just gave me a message. And let's get to some people here in the chat. I want to give you some things. I want to talk about the IMF and those tag team championships that you still, I'm sure, have on your sites. And let's go to the chat here. So let's do that shortly. So there it is first. There he is first. Mr. Ox McCoy, who I know would love to get his hands also on championship gold, wanted to say happy birthday.
Right here, Ox.
Well, I think he wants Gabe Sayers championship that he's holding, that IMF hardcore title. I think that's what Mr. McCoy would like first. I think you would certainly maybe defer to those two, and certainly Mr. Sayers being the All Wrestling Matters champion. And I'll get to why he's important in a few minutes.
You should even focus on Gabe. Ox has never beaten me yet, so
that's true too. You did beat him. That's a good point, because 2 years ago you beat him. You beat Ox McCoy twice, right?
Twice.
Well,
I haven't faced him since, but Oxy baby, you know where to find me.
Well, he's finding you right now in this chat, and I can't wait for tonight's guest. I'm glad that you can't wait, because I was wondering who's tonight's guest. Just kidding, everybody. Just kidding. Camo Cam is out there. Thank you, Camo Cam. Camo Cam has been a big part of your vlogs, and everybody, please go out there when you go on Shawn Jovi's pages. Also watch his vlogs. Jovi's vlogs are the best vlogs. And I try my best to be there in the chat on time. I love your vlogs, and not just because you've been here for so long, but they are really entertaining. And you get the chance to see all of the talent, all the great wrestlers, and everybody else that makes the IMF and what it is. So please go out there and support the IMF and watch Jovi's vlogs. There is Zilla. Thank you very much, Zilla. And do we like this new setup here? I guess StreamYard gave us a new way. We look at the messages. Do people like it or not, or are we still getting used to it? Because this is the first show I've done.
I like it. I kind of
like it. You like it? All right. Well, maybe the chat will tell us whether they like it or not. Thank you, Zilla. Zilla was here earlier. There is my lovely friend Maria. Thank you, Maria, for being here. And also there he is, the man that you've lived with, I gotta say, Johnny Velocity, that ROW Prestige champion, with a quick strike like comment.
Hey, you want a quick strike on over and get a title shot? I'll give you one.
His career is coming to an end in ring
in
a matter of months.
Anytime, anywhere, show up, man.
Well,
you're in RCW any day of the week.
You know what? I think we'd all second that, and I'm sure Johnny will hopefully be back there very soon. And there is Jade, wants to say hello, and see you Sunday for Dom's birthday. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Thank you very much.
I'm gonna, surprises out of the bag. I'm taking a fun trip to Iowa for a vacation.
Well, I'll tell you what, I hope the weather is a lot better for you guys than what we're supposed to get here in New York, because in New York we're supposed to get like 40-mile-an-hour winds and like negative 30 wind chills for whatever reason. I was like, I just got over that. We're supposed to get it 10 to the back. I'll let the cat out of the bag here. I was supposed to go. My friend is in a band. Anthony Finkel has been here, and he's in a hardcore band. I'm supposed to go to the show, and it's supposed to be so cold here that I'm actually going to say, you know what? I'm going to stay indoors. And the reason I'm going to stay indoors also is because 9 o'clock Eastern time in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. Speaking of the GBYWN, the reigning defending Matt Pro Wrestling champion, Rad Dad Bradley Belmont, makes his way to Sportswire Radio to talk about a match that he's going to have, which yours truly is sponsoring, with some guy that you've seen in Impact Wrestling named, Ace Romero. Rad Dad's here live to talk about that and some.
Maybe he'll actually accept my challenge, too.
You know what? And I'll bring it up to him. He's here the whole night because it's so cold. We're not going anywhere. We're not going nowhere. I'll ask him.
It's a good day to stay in, drink some hot chocolate, be on sports.
I don't do the hot chocolate. I do the soda because I'm always tired. And I do want to plug, by the way, speaking of things which are pretty big, we actually have on the GTS, their world champion, Ice-T Curtis is here 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon. So if you want to see the Cheenies, we got not one, not two, but three of them. We got Francesca, Ice-T, and Tony. So that's a pretty cool, pretty busy day for us on Sportswire.
Yeah, good lineup.
You know what? I was very excited, and they wanted to come on. Like, we want to come on here. It was like, we really want to talk, and I'm very grateful for their support. And they're also working for our friends in Mad Pro Wrestling, doing things for a great cause, autism awareness, and the TF Crew Show, which I'm really excited about, which I'm a sponsor of. And the reason I'm excited about it, and I'll put the poster up for that in a little while, is that it's at the Milford Mall, but it's also going to, all the proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Club out there in Milford, Connecticut. I'm a sponsor of that. So I'm very, very excited about that. And there is Shawn Jovi. Yes, our prayers to Il Drago. We love Il Drago. And this guy who is supposed to have been there, but I hope we'll see him soon in the IMF. And, he's an up-and-comer. And, he's definitely a name you might have seen the face. You might have recognized him. But he's here. And, I'm sure we'll see him soon, hopefully on February 28th.
Yeah.
You'll probably recognize him. You'll definitely recognize him when you meet him. Hopefully you meet him on February 28th. But yes, hello, Jade. Thank you very much. And yes, our prayers to the final chief. Hello to Shawn Jovi. And there he is. I appreciate that, Tom, and all of the people sending prayers for me. I'm recovering, and tonight I'm watching. Thank you, Il Drago. God bless you and your family. Kiara always does a great job at the shows. Love Kiara, and thank you. How we doing, El Drago? And let's get to some more comments. And there we go. Drago, there he is. And yes, thank you for the big shout out. How are we doing? And a little oozy. That's good. Yes, we're all glad about those stuff on Facebook. And Jovi, it's about time you held that title. Congrats. It's been a minute. What has it been? I think like 2 years, about 2 years, a little over 2 years.
No, it's been
3. Has it been 3? Almost 3.
2023.
Well, like I want to. Yeah, April. Was it like April?
It was the beginning. Yeah. It was when that season first started. I brought it back.
We started in April. Remember, we always started in April. And I think I want to say about almost 3 years now. So that would put us at 30,
That's
34
about 3
months.
years since I held it last.
Boy,
since I brought
it's
it back.
been that long. But time flies, right? Time flies. And it's been a long journey. There is Bam Allen from our friends in the WVWF. All love and more respect due to the champ. Listen, our WVWF brethren, they know. And yes, we're very worried, but we're glad that Drago is hanging in there. And I appreciate that. I'm glad everyone checked on me. We'll have something great. Absolutely agree. Jovi should be. Well, wait a minute. I got to ask you about this because Jim was giving you a hard time the last few months, and I noticed on Jovi's vlog, you and Jim. What happened? What's gotten into things?
It's a love-hate relationship. Let's say that.
I couldn't figure this out because a couple months ago, Jim was here in the chat. He was fighting you. I mean, he was just with his vitriol towards you, and then at the end of your vlog, it was like old times again.
I'm just gonna take a word out of his book. You all never know what's gonna happen at IMF, so always buy a ticket.
And that's why I buy one. That's why I buy one every month. I'm here. And one person gets to go to a show. Because I buy a ticket. So we appreciate that very much. And Shawn Jovi, you got 2 new subscribers tonight. So we're doing our job. You're 81 away. So I'm going to put that up on the screen here. And if you are out there and you have a friend or two or anyone else out there, hit the sub button for this man. We're so grateful for this man's support, for what this man's done for our sport. And he's closing in on a 1,000 subscriber milestone. So if you haven't yet, go out there and hit the sub button for him. Or if you have, go get a friend or two to do it. And it's his birthday today. And I'm going to give him something. And once we get through the rest of the comments, he got a bunch of them. So let me keep going because that's how we do it here. So here we go. Also, let's get to it here. Who else we got? Yep, he is Oos. And if this guy touches my daughter's or my sign next show, he'll have a big problem.
Oh, looks like he turned on me again. Well, it sounds like I might have to rip your sign, good sir.
Flip a coin. Flip a coin. Yes. Hello. Well, he's not dead, so let's not send condolences with some prayers. But we appreciate that. We appreciate the thought that counts. We love you, Zilla, and we love Drago. And I hope everybody's doing. We're gonna get Bam on the show one of these days. We have Godric Sandwell next Friday, who is an interesting character. It'll be his birthday, so it's your birthday tonight, and then next Friday I have Godric Sandwell's birthday to celebrate. So we try. We do our best.
Here, I like it.
Yes, we try. Hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi again. He sub to you. There you go. Thank you, Bam. Appreciate you very much. There is Cody Maverick again, the frat boy himself, and happy birthday. Very nice.
Yeah.
And there is Maria. Maria is definitely giving you the happy birthday. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. I'm sure you look great. I said it live. I'm going to say it, and listen, I mean, you're the resident rock star, so I'm going to say whatever.
I have a feeling he posted that right after I did that to
him. Yeah, Daddy Chill. That's talking to you. And how's Maverick? So tempting. And I need a match with you, Jovi. That definitely should happen. Yeah, I kind of feel like with you and him, the history speaks for itself. It's got to happen.
Brother. Get over here, brother.
Well, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. And I would have to think we're about 5 months away from it. So his career is over in 5 months, I guess, in the ring. I mean, I hope that it'll happen in 5 months. So that would be the way to go. And and I'm gonna hope for that. And let's get to some more comments. So here we go. Who else is here? There is Zilla. Yep. And my boyfriend says happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday to you. And speaking of people, I gotta give a big plug to. This is a special one for you, and that is Mr. Sick Rick himself.
Yeah.
Wish you a happy birthday, and I got to take care of business here because he is here. And for those that may or may not know what this man and what the backyard wrestling circuit means to me, but most importantly, what the GBYWN means to Shawn Jovi and to so many others, Sick Rick, him just being here just for 30 seconds to wish you a happy birthday is why we all need to hit a sub button for him. And you can see a bunch of names that have been here. Matt DeMorris in the backyard wrestling circuit. How about this guy Osprey? How about this guy Jordan Oliver? Everybody knows. I mean, there's a long list of
His
names.
library is continuously growing. Like,
It's an amazing library. We've had the honor to have on Sick Rick a couple of times, and he actually shares my StreamYard link. So he goes, when he does want to go live, I let him go one for free because of what this man means. And, he's a great guy, has a great wealth of knowledge. And if you're a wrestling fan, or if you remember backyard wrestling, or you did backyard wrestling, or you watched guys that you've seen here or elsewhere, please hit the sub button for Golden Triangle Media. You are definitely going to be, I'm assuring you, you're going to definitely be satisfied. And especially with this weekend coming up here in the Northeast, it's going to be so cold. Just forget about the Super Bowl and just watch all of Rick's videos. And I would really appreciate that.
Seriously,
and,
all of you watch it.
yes.
If you're a backyard wrestling enthusiast like myself, if you like watching wrestling and want something different other than the boring TV stuff, you want to see some crazy stuff from back in my day that we used to do that you wouldn't see on anywhere nowadays, Golden Triangle Media is your place to go.
Absolutely. No, listen, and the footage speaks for itself. And we had the honor and privilege to have Rick on here a couple of times. And Rick, I'll announce it again. Rad Dad is here Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. I was originally going to go out and watch a band play, but Rad Dad said that we got to go on to Sportswire. So I said, yes, I'm reporting for duty. So please support, obviously, Sick Rick and all the great things that he has to say, and also who's out there in the chat. We appreciate that very much. And, I want to do, I know people want to get into it. I want to talk about the IMF on the other side of the chat, but I think it's time for me to share my screen. I think it's time for me to do it because I see a bunch of people now have joined in here, and I really want to do this. I'm excited to do this because I think it's deserved. I think it's long overdue. So let me put this up here and share my screen, because for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, there are very few people that have gotten this award. And you are going to get it here, sir, because you're in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Not just being in the Hall of Fame, but you're in the Hall of Fame now for lifetime achievement. That's right, lifetime achievement for what you've done for this great sport, giving more than half of your life to it, for what you've done for this platform, for what you've done for so many companies that you represented and traveled to, and obviously being one of the last links of the GBYWN alongside Doc Holliday. You want to throw Rad in there in some form or another, even though he's really, in the pros, but you are one of those true last links. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for all that you do. And that's why it's my great honor on your birthday to present this to you and put you in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame for a lifetime achievement.
Man, how many other people have this award? Because this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
And that's why I wanted to do it for you. I wanted to do it for you because
honestly, I'm truly honored, Tom. Like, it's definitely, I definitely helped build this platform. I built so much in the community over the years. Some of it may have shambled in some way, shape, or form, but all in all, I give my heart out to this community, and all you even watching know that. Whether I'm face or I'm heel, it doesn't matter. My heart's always going to be in the yard, no matter how much controversy there is behind it or who's doing what to who. And, let's be fair.
Absolutely. No, listen, what you've done, you have meant a lot. Listen, you have meant a lot. I think to me personally, I know people see these big names, these heavy hitters. You saw Ozzy Osbourne, second longest tenured guitarist here recently, Gus G, David Ellefson, the co-founder of Megadeth, which, oh, by the way, is the #1 record in all of America. I mean, he was here recently. Josie Scott, speaking of rock star Saliva, I mean, we know what he did. Chris Jericho, Walls of Jericho, the Spider-Man movie, and we think about Rhino, Raven, recently, Savio Vega, Jumpin' Jim Bruns. I mean, all these guys, Sick Boy. I mean, people still talk to me about Sick Boy. But I mean, all those people wouldn't have been here if it wasn't for you. You were the first one. And that's why it's my great honor to do this. And I think it means so much to so many people that you get this. And I want you to have it. And I'm sure you'll take this. And just congratulations for what
It's
you've
going
done
on
for
my
our
wall,
sport.
Tom. You don't even have to wonder. It's going on my wall.
Well, I have Maverick here. I want to give Maverick a nice little plug because it's actually Maverick Week on all Sportswire radio platforms. I actually do want to give Maverick a nice little show. Let me give Maverick a nice little plug because Maverick has become one of my favorites, and he gave me a nice little plug because Maverick, he actually said Shawn Styles should come on to Sportswire. He was actually, I didn't even have to beg. He was like, Shawn Styles, he should come on here to Sportswire. I've been on here 5 times. Look at who he's had on Sportswire. It was almost like I don't even have to ask. At this point, I got to say, I want to thank all the wrestlers because I don't even have to do nothing. Guys have to go put their resumes in for podcast, and I don't got to do nothing. I have to do nothing to go and get guests. I mean, it's a wild thing. I literally don't have to do a single thing.
It's rare in this business nowadays.
No, people have to go and put resumes and pay, and no, people are like, no, you got to go on there. You got to go on there, and and that's why I want to put up Maverick's YouTube channel so people go give him a sub, and all the things that he's doing out there. I know he's here in the chat, so let me do the honors and say for those that are out here, and if you have a chance, please support those that support us. And Maverick has definitely done that. He's been a great friend the past 8 or 9 months. I loved meeting him and, everything that he's done in the wrestling community. And there's his YouTube channel. And if you are out there and I see a bunch of people, let's support those that support us. That's his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of content. He's done a little bit of vlog stuff like you, not as much because you are like the most active person out there when it comes to the vlogs. But, he's a good man. And this is his kind of like Johnny Velocity. It's his last, it seems to be potentially last full year out there in the ring. He's the first ever King of the Mountain champion. And, I do want to wish him well with that. And we'll talk about it. And I do want to put his YouTube channel out there. So if you're here, hit the sub button for him. And there you go. But obviously, I got to ask you about February 28th. Now, you've been fighting for those tag team championships, and I gotta wonder. I mean, what is your future when it comes to the King of Cedar Rapids, and especially those tag team championships?
Well, I will say that Tone. I don't know what all I'm supposed to announce and stuff for this because
don't do any announcing yet because you'll be back on before then.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm actually not sure because I guess Tone may or may not be at the next show. So, I mean, as far as I know, I'm probably in a tag match with Mephisto. I mean, who against? I mean, there's not many teams left. We've demolished them all. But we'll see. Otherwise, I'm down to kick the Switchblades' ass again if we could do that. I mean, they're easy.
But the tag team championships are something that you have coveted, and you must want those championships back. Regardless of whether it happens this month or next month or any other time, they must still be on you and your best friend Mephisto's sights.
They are. I would like to say Prince Achia and Tony Boy are on borrowed time. We're just borrowing those titles right now. But when it comes time to give them back, I'm taking them back. Mephisto's taking them back. The Rockstars of the Galaxy aren't down on their ass for much longer because we're going to get up like we always do. We're going to throw some bitches around. We're going to have our way, and then we're going to become 2-time IMF Tag Team Champions. Now, when will it be? Could it be this month? I don't know. Could it be next month? I don't know. I'm waiting for the card to come out, but in the meantime, I just want to kick some ass. That's all I want at the end of the day. This is year 20. I got to kick some ass.
Well, I mean, and you must feel like though that you've started to figure out Prince Achia and Tone DeBoss because we saw what you guys were doing to each other, outside the ring, and maybe it seemed like what we saw there at New Year's Vengeance that maybe you've started to figure them out a little bit. What's your thoughts on this?
It's not even that. It has gotten a form of personal, though, between me and Tone.
We see he was in control of the vlog.
He gets control of the vlog again because he walked away with those tag titles because of a double countout. Now, I had fun kicking his ass back into the backstage, but at the end of the day, he gets another Jovi's vlog episode, which good for him, I guess. Good for my views. I don't have to do anything for a week, but that's not the point. The point is, this man is deliberately trying to take over my channel and my livelihood just because he thinks he's a big star. He has a platinum selling song. He was featured on SummerSlam, yada, yada, yada. Tony boy, you're on borrowed time. Just accept that. When you get in the ring with me again, Tone, it's going to be your last. I'm not just going to take the tag titles back with Mephisto. We're going to destroy you both as a team. There's not a damn thing you're going to be able to do about it.
So I guess then it goes back to what we talked about, which was several weeks ago here, in the sense that you're going to eventually, at the end of the day, be the only rock star. Remember when I asked you when it came to Tone DeBoss, was there room for more than one rock star? And you said there was only room for you. You and Mephisto and Tone DeBoss, there's no room for him. So what you're saying is that it's only a matter of time before there's just room for you and your best friend Mephisto, your true best friend, the rock stars of the galaxy.
That's right. The time is limited. Tone can take a month off and be booked to perform somewhere all he wants. That's great. But when you come back and it's time for you to defend those titles, you bet your ass you're going to be losing them to the rock stars. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. Tony boy, you've done enough damage. I want to take my shit back.
Well, we're going to find out. And I do, while we're playing the footage here, say hello to some people. And I got to say, what was your thoughts on Isaiah Rage and his return? And I mean, we haven't seen him in over 18 months, and he looked impressive. I mean, he looked maybe the best he's ever been. And what do you think happens with him now? And Mason Grayskull and Felix Jones. I mean, what's your thoughts on this whole dramatically changed landscape in the IMF?
I mean, we all know Rage and I have history dating back to Summer Bash last year, the whole 2 years ago.
United States Championship. Yep. You were America's rock star.
When I was doing the whole Bandon Keith impersonation and having fun with my title reign, you didn't want me to have fun. You hit me in the head with a goddamn Folgers can. The second time I've been hit with one of those in Ohio, might I add.
Well, that's a good point. And I do want to announce it here because Sick Rick had put it up here and I forgot to get that. My apologies. I'll just announce it here. I'm going to be doing a GTM BYW Hall of Fame and the inaugural inductee, Scott Hansen. Wow, wow, what a huge awesome deal there. And thank you, Rick, for letting us be the first to announce that. And congratulations. Wow, what a great honor. And to find out more details on that.
It's a shame he passed, but
absolutely.
And I definitely think
I know
part of why GTM exists is because of Scott Henson and everything he contributed as well. I know Rick's hard drive of Backyard Wrestling Media was merged with his, and that's where most of the stuff is coming from. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to more of what Golden Triangle Media is planning. I know Rick, he's one hell of a guy. He's always got plans going on. So I can't wait to see what the future holds for Golden Triangle and the Hall of Fame and stuff like that. I mean, it's great. And I think it's great that my
Absolutely. No,
is still being celebrated to this day.
and I do want to say hello to some people, and you know who this is, and she showed up, and she wanted to say hi, and people are wishing you happy birthday. Before I do get to it, I had to take that off the screen because I have somebody here that does want to say something to you, and I do want to point out before, if you're here, Heather, for the first time, and others, Shawn Jovi, it is his birthday. Hit the sub button for him. He's closing in on 1,000 subscribers, and we got him a couple tonight. And if you have a chance, do me a favor, hit the sub button for him. Even my friend Maria, if you're out there, Maria, do me a favor. It's Shawn Jovi's birthday. Hit the sub button for him. Yeah, I'm going to push extra subs for Shawn Jovi. You better believe it. We need everyone counts. He's a few away from 1,000. So if you're here, Heather, thank you so much for being here for the first time. Hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi. Also, please hit the sub button for the IMF Golden Triangle Media. If you like my stuff, you may or may not hit the sub button for me just in case. So nevertheless, that it is. And also, it is your Hall of Fame, your special one on your birthday for a lifetime achievement. Let me get to this person that does want to say something, and I think that it's now time on let's just say his platform to say hello, and there he is. I'm not even gonna say nothing, sir. It's your platform, and the floor is yours.
You know, I guess it's still my platform. Tom, it's really just at this point it's Shawn Jovi's platform. I'm not.
Well, tonight it's Shawn Jovi's platform, sir.
I'm not a competitor. I'm nothing. But no, Shawn.
Oh, stop that. No, you were one of. Listen,
he's the hottest free agent.
Come on, sir.
I just want to say, Shawn Jovi, I may not be part of the IMF roster no more. I may not be there every month, but at least I went there and supported you and everyone there at the last show at New Year's Vengeance. And it was an honor to watch you and Mephisto and Tone and Prince, even though the match didn't really conclude the way I thought it was going to conclude. But you know what? I want to say now, happy birthday, Shawn Jovi, and congratulations on your lifetime award on Sportswire Radio.
Thank you, man. It means
the number one sports radio, whatever Tom says.
Yes.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, and I appreciate everything you've done for IMF over the years. Hell, you're the one who discovered me.
Oh,
if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be in the spot. So, as much as I hate admitting it, and it pains me to say it, thank you.
But this man had to pay for a ticket at the last show. What was that about? I mean, listen, I know, sir, there's obviously this whole situation there. But I mean, I was disappointed to see that.
Bro, GP charges his mom for a ticket. Come on, how is he not going to end up paying?
Well, I bought a ticket to the show. How come my ticket couldn't have went to him?
It went to someone else. That's fine. I'm happy that I spent my hard-earned cash to watch guys that I used to share a locker room with compete and do what they love. But Tom, I said last time I was more interested in seeing who's going to try to fill my slot that I left, because right now the throne is. I guess the throne right now is belonging to Damian Saint.
Well, you know what? That's an interesting point, because Damian Saint we hadn't seen in what, 4 months, like 4 months, and all of a sudden he came in there and it was supposed to be what a famous thing that we had here on Sportswire with Felix and Soldier, where everybody had to break it up right before, just less than 24 hours before New Year's Vengeance. Then Damian Saint is back. He's completely upended things, and he's on top. He's now the IMF champion, and Felix has said that he's going to win the King of Cedar Rapids. I mean, and you were there. You were watching. I mean, what is your thoughts on all of this? I was asking Jovi about it, but this whole thing has completely upended things in the IMF.
Like you said, Tom, I was there. I watched the whole main event from start to finish, and it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. Not gonna lie, to see how I've led Felix to the point where he's at right now. It hurts my heart. I truly care for that. I don't care. I don't want to say I care for Soldier, but I care enough that he shares my blood. And
And so we know the news about Soldier, by the way. I know Jovi's probably happy about it, but Soldier unfortunately is injured, and he's not going to be competing here for a little while. And that's another thing that just totally upends things right now.
Right. It's been I guess I wouldn't know so much, but I've heard it's been a very awkward moment in the Soldier's house right now. Being my nephew beating the hell out of his dad and my brother. My brother is now not cleared to wrestle for God knows how long.
A while, yeah. I mean, just unbelievable news that just upended everything right now.
Yeah, and by the way, I just read the comic. Zilla, I'm wearing the same. I'm wearing a beanie because I got my head tattooed. I'm not ready to show.
I saw that on Facebook, but I mean, maybe she was on something. Maybe you should have an almond.
Screw it. Why not? I'll show it on Sportswire. I got my.
Well, it looks good. I mean, listen, Dennis Rodman famously had the side of his head tattooed. I mean, I think Phil Anselmo has it. I mean, I just actually spoke about Phil Anselmo with Paul McCoy earlier. So, I mean, why not you?
Yeah, fuck, Tom. I'm a tough guy, but I will never do that again, ever.
Wow, yeah, you're the boogeyman. Yeah, come on, you're the boogeyman. You would have took that on, and it would have been tapped out, down for the count. Just like what we did to Gabe Sayers and Damian Saint in the past, and many others you've been out there with.
I called, so Shawn Jovi was in town, so when I got my head tattooed, and I just walked in like, hey, let me get a head tat. I didn't schedule it, nothing. Just walked in, got one done. I called Jovi as he was leaving Iowa. I said, I got something done. He's like, what? And I turned my head and showed him. He was in shock. Him, that potbelly pig he travels with, and Darkfire, they were all shocked that I went through that immense pain.
Well, I wouldn't know who that would be, but you do have a happy birthday wish from other people, and obviously happy birthday to Maria. From Maria, thank you, lovely Maria. Wished you a happy birthday, and sub to your channel, Shawn Jovi. So that's 3 subs tonight.
Thank you.
And nice. And also Nicholas Crenson would like to wish you a happy birthday, Shawn Jovi. Man, you obviously have quite a history with. And Mr. Crenson had come in to say happy birthday, Jovi. Thank you, Nicholas Crenson. We appreciate you very much. And also, Mr. McCoy would like to say to you, Mr. Black, directly that so that's why you said no to a gusset plate to the head.
Yeah, because I'm not insane. I got to protect the moneymaker.
I mean, you have a nice smile. I mean, want to keep the smile going. I mean, I know you are the boogeyman. You are the hardcore guy. You are run people out of town, promotion. I got that, but you still got a nice smile. I mean, it's a good smile. I mean, my friend Maria likes your smile. I can see she likes it. I mean, but nevertheless,
Shawn Jovi's got a nice smile. I would say this. When I see Shawn Jovi smile, it makes me fucking smile because
he's a good, Shawn Jovi. That's why you have this Lifetime Achievement Award, because you deserve it. And Chase Wakefield's here to wish you a happy birthday. Mr. Wakefield was here recently, and he, speaking of champions, he's the VTW YouTube champion. I just saw his match just got announced where he's going to be back in NLW. Supposed to be, and it was last week, 2 weekends ago, because of the storm he missed it, but he'll be back there next week. And want to say Shawn Jovi, and Shawn Jovi, and we'll be talking a lot about Shawn Jovi on Saturday because Rad Dad's here. So 9 o'clock. I must say, the more scars I get, the prettier I am. I didn't know that was a thing, but I guess I'll keep that in mind.
I'm just glad that me and Ox have put the past in the past, and we're back on the same page. I was there to support him. I was cheering him on. I don't want to put you on the spot. You are a very busy man. You do so much out there. Obviously, you talked about the trip to Russia, and that's another thing I'm sure you're keeping a close eye on. But I hope you're going to not have to pay for a ticket on February 28th, King of Cedar Rapids. I would hope that you would be able to go there. If everything you've done for the IMF, I know, the owner of the company, who we just kind of referenced in a way, he's obviously a businessman. I understand, we certainly support him and support what he's done out there for wrestling. But I would hope on February 28th that you could certainly show up and have a front row seat, not have to pay. Yeah, Tom, unfortunately, I have prior engagements that I have to take care of. Like I said, I have a opportunity here in March that I don't want to disclose yet, but I'm no longer a free agent, but I want to keep that to myself, though.
Okay. No. Listen,
I wish that I could be at King of Cedar Rapids, support I guess the very little friends I have left in the IMF and people that really hate my guts, which I understand. I understand.
No, I mean, there's a lot of names that are going to be in the King of Cedar Rapids. I mean, obviously, Jason Storm is making his way back. This is his first match in quite a while. I'll be very curious to see what he does. I mean, we've got Felix Jones has talked about what he's going to do. I mean, Anthony Steele's returning to action. That was just recently announced. I think that's going to be really curious to see what happens there with him. I mean, there's a lot of names that have been announced a part of the King of Cedar Rapids. I mean, Isaiah Rage, who looked, I mean, I think he might have been the most impressive guy I've seen come back here in quite a while in this main event empire. So there's a lot to look forward to here in your absence, especially with the King of Cedar Rapids. We're going to talk about this between now and the next few weeks. So, I mean, just really, really interesting times and what'll happen now with Damian Saint and Damian Saint's the IMF champion that's completely upended things. I mean, but he's got his work cut out for him. Omen, you may be gone, but this main event empire, what they did to Soldier and other guys coming back, they're going to look to make their claim to get a shot at Damian Saint. I really don't know what the future lies for Damian Saint right now.
Like I said, I have my ears to the ground, Tom. I know there's a storm brewing in IMF. And that's not even a pun. Like
well, Jason Storm is coming on February 28th.
Yeah. But like, no, there's
how about JX, by the way? JX is back.
If he shows up.
Well, he's announced. Listen, I think management safely announced him. And, Gabe Sayers on the poster. I'm assuming we're going to see what Gabe Sayers does. And, we'll talk a lot about Gabe on Saturday's show. But there's some really, really exciting names that are announced. Kyle Keplin's announced for the show on the 28th. Kyle has been a guy that's made, I think, a lot of strides in ROW. I'm going to be very curious to see what he does here in IMF. There's a lot of names, not just in IMF, they're going to be a part of the show, which I think is exciting. IMF has always been at the forefront with that, going back to Summer Bashes and stuff. So I think it's great to see some names we haven't seen in a while and coming back here.
Let me ask, Shawn, Jovi, what are you doing on King of Cedar Rapids?
I believe me and Mephisto are in a tag match. I don't know what's going on. Tone's not going to be there.
You look good with that title around your waist, Jovi.
Yes, sir.
I mean, you're no Thomas McAtee, but you're a little. I'm glad that title's on someone's waist who truly deserves it.
Thank you.
Well, yes. Listen, I mean, Shawn Jovi's back on top. Happy days are here again. He is the RCW champion. But, Owen, before we get to closing thoughts, I wanted to ask you one more thing. Going back to Felix, I know Felix had come up short with the IMF world title, but he's certainly back here when it comes to the King of Cedar Rapids. And he, I think, right now is primed and poised to win that. I know others are going to talk about that here between now and the next few weeks. But what do you think about Felix relinquishing the PWF championship to Jimmy Payton? I was curious, and I'm sure Mr. Jovi was looking to talk about that as well. What's your thoughts on that, and how does that play into maybe the mind that Felix is in right now going into 3 weeks from Saturday?
Tom, funny you mentioned that. I don't think Felix failed. Yeah, he didn't get the
No?
he didn't win the title. But I think what Felix he's trying to prove a point. And I think he did that phenomenally. Like, he proved a point to the IMF, to the fans, to the underground, to everyone watching the product. I think he proved the point that he is nothing to mess with. He is a day of reckoning is coming, and I think that's the name of Felix Jones. And we're gonna see why they named storms after people. And I feel like the Hurricane Felix is gonna do some damage.
Okay, that was good. That's a good, and I always say, and I do want to say hello to Hugh B. Jenkins here. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Also, congratulations on the title. Yes, thank you for that. And Maria gave you a sub. You got 3 subs. I pulled Maria to sub to you on YouTube. Thank you, Maria, for doing that. You're the best. And also, Zilla wanted to say that I guess I'm on nobody's side in Ina, but she likes the tattoo.
Thank you.
But I say it all the time. To me, it's in threes. I look at Dave Jamison, who was here on Sunday with Daniel Tafua. And what we've done, we've seen him here. He's got 4 championships right now. He wrestled KJ Orso, obviously the artist from was Fuego del Sol. And then you had Ace Christian, Ace, who was here in the IMF a couple times. Ace had said when he was here at New Year's Day, that he would like to be back in the IMF at some point in 2026. And we've seen when he's in. He had the WDWA Light Heavyweight Championship. And I think Felix is the next guy that I expect Felix to see him out there, whether it's in main event wrestling, whether it's in another indie promotion out there in Iowa or in the Midwest, whatever it might be, like a Dave Jameson, like an Ace Christian. And I really feel like what I see from Felix is that he's the next. I always say things are in threes. I've seen what Day did when he first came on here. Ace, we all know, going back to the underground days, where Ace has been and where he will be once he gets healthy. And then obviously with Felix, and you especially, Felix, obviously your nephew, with what Felix has done. And I think the way we're seeing him evolve out there in the ring, and I am sure he'll look to win that IMF World Championship. But regardless of that, I really think Felix is on the cusp of some major, major things ahead here in the coming months.
I absolutely agree, Tom. But I wish, like I said, it breaks my heart to see him going down the path that I guess I led him down. Like he's so much better than that, and I wish I would have had the chance to show him that he was better than that. He doesn't need to follow. Listen, this whole main event empire, they're following in my footsteps to what I did last year. Really think about it, Tom. Jovi,
Okay.
you were there.
It was.
If it wasn't the main event empire, and if I didn't leave the IMF, it would still be the House of Wolves running everything.
But could you say that he's basically gotten to the point? Now it's just him, Isaiah Rage, and Mason Grayskull. So you could say, though, well, maybe he's taking a little bit of a modified approach from the House of Wolves. Remember, you started at the beginning of the election. What you had Ox, you had Anthony, you had the Midwest Express, you had Reverend Sullivan, and you had quite a group alongside you. But what maybe Felix is doing this time is that, yeah, maybe he's got some similarities there, but maybe he's modified it to where it's almost he's going with the guys that he thinks right now are the very best in terms of positioning to get him and those guys to be on top in the IMF.
Who's that sound like, though, Tom?
Well, it does sound like you, but he's taking a more modified approach and going with just 3.
For now, you never know.
Good point, and that's a fair point. That is a fair point. We have to see what the details will be.
One thing I showed Felix is you never deal your hand right away. I wouldn't put it past that Felix has a whole scheme, a whole plan for this whole year, maybe for the entire lifespan of IMF wrestling. Now,
that's a good point.
Unfortunately, I would love to see Felix take my spot as the top guy. I would have loved to see it, but I wish it was just Felix Jones that everyone knew and loved, not what is in the empty shell of Felix Jones right now. Like I watched him up close, Tom. Like there was something in his eyes that was just completely different. Now, is that a good thing? I don't know. Is that a bad thing? Perhaps. But I digress by saying this, though. I hope Felix gets his head out of his ass because he's running around like the president of the IMF and he's campaigning for an ass whooping, and someone might elect him here soon.
Well, you know what? I guess maybe some people might be upset with the way things are going in the world, and they may be toward Felix. I don't know. Time will certainly tell between now and February 28th, and a slew of great talents are going to be on that card, and we're going to be talking about it, I know, after next week. So we're excited about that, and I do want to get to, before closing thoughts, yes, thank you, Hubie, for being here. And Zilla and Felix have quite a long history. We know that. Zilla loves your tattoo. And me and my boyfriend will see you Saturday, Jovi. Okay, that is great. We appreciate that you will be seen. and the cat was out of the bag with Dom's birthday. Happy birthday to Dom!
Yeah,
And
he's introduced to me in Yu-Gi-Oh.
well,
Yeah.
you know what? I saw Angels. Well, Angel Santiago now on TikTok was it a video with Pokemon? So it seems to be the craze. That's the post on TikTok with that. Every Indian needs a chief, maybe so.
All card games matter, Tom.
Oh, yeah, maybe we'll do the card game business here soon. And Felix is here to say,
Market for
shut
that.
up. But listen, Felix. I listen right now. I will say it. He is poised to be that next guy, and this could be his coming out party. He may not need a championship, and Damian Saint, listen. We said it before we go on Tuesday's show with Maverick. Maverick's the king of the mountain champion in the WVWF, but right now, I wouldn't want to be Damian Saint in some ways because now he goes from the guy that was in the shadows, that was the hunter, to now he's the hunted. And a brand new Isaiah Rage, who I think might be the best shape he's ever been. Mason Grayskull. I mean, this guy, look at what he's done.
They're dangerous, Tom.
Yeah, and that's why in some ways I would not want to be Damian Saint. I would not want to be him.
Where's the foundation?
Well, that's a question.
Right now, I think it's only Damian. I think you're right, Tom.
Yeah,
Damian's in a dangerous spot.
Drago's got a health issue. Anthony Steele's returning, but who knows what his feelings are going to be. I'm sure we'll hear about them.
It's not even the health thing. Yeah, I hope Drago gets better, but it's before that time. Like, how come the foundation didn't come out and help Soulja?
Damian was out there. Damian was competing against him.
I'm not saying Jovi, because I know Jovi, you're pretty much out of it. I'm not in the company, and I was in foundation when I left, but who else is in the found? Dirty Donnie? What's Dirty Donnie going to do?
He was on commentary. Dirty was on commentary.
Give them cavities? No, he ain't going to do nothing.
He ain't going to do crap.
I don't know.
Put him in his place already.
I think right now, since Soulja's out, I think Damian Saint is literally the last leg the foundation has to stand on.
It's like I said, he may have been the hunter, but being the hunted is the most dangerous thing. I've been saying this, for 5 years covering wrestling. I think the most dangerous position is when somebody wins that championship the first time. And I think Damian Saint, he's accomplished. This man has done so much in this sport, but I think it's going to be a real test to see what he does coming up. We'll certainly see that here. And I'm with you. Yes. I'm very excited for wrestling, and we are taking over. And Isaiah Rage is man. Listen, I'm excited. And if you are here on Sportswire one more time, hit the sub button for Shawn Jovi. It is his birthday. Thank you, Maria. Once again, thank you everybody that has subbed. We got you 3 more, so we're getting closer. And also, if you're out there, do me a favor, hit the sub button for the IMF. The IMF is closing in on. Get this.
Who's that handsome guy?
Oh, it's you and Il Drago. Yeah, you look good. Like I said, that's why you got to keep that smile. You got to protect that smile. It definitely sells. It sells definitely here on Sportswire. It sells out there in the world. And the IMF's YouTube channel is awesome, and they have a lot of content out there. So please subscribe to it, and please support those who support us. They've been so gracious to share the link and all of our stuff. We like to support those that support us. And for 3 years we've been working with the IMF, and I hope that everybody joins me in supporting all the wrestling companies. The WWF, the EWA is here, ROEW with Johnny Velocity. So please support those who support us. And RCW, yes, RCW with Shawn Jovi. I got to throw RCW because RCW is a company. He is the RCW champion. But I want to give you the closing words here tonight, champ. It has been a busy day for me. This is my 3rd one of these, and I saved the best for last. Forget about that guy from 12 Stones and Limberlost to have 1 million viewed. You were the best for last, and I want to pass the baton to you. And thank you so much for all that you've done for this great sport. And I give you the last words.
Tom, I have one more thing to announce before we get off the air. As you may have seen me post this hashtag Project 20. And it's not a huge announcement, but it is my layout for this 20th year. And I have a lot planned now. We all know I challenged Rad Dad to a future match, hopefully at 3BW. I don't know if I'm ready for that at this point. But what I do know is when Summer of Jovi 2023 happens,
I
It
remember.
wasn't just because of IMF. It wasn't just because of that group I was in at the time. It's because at that time, I was actually trying to get myself better so I could be that interstate champion I wanted to be back then. Am I wrong? I used to
Nope.
work out. I used to post sweaty selfies every day.
I remember it.
And I was talking to my friend Tam, and she still has the whole workout system going.
You
So
big shout out to Tam. Yep, Tamara has
I
always shared
do.
my stuff on Facebook. Yes, thank you, Tamara. Shout out
So
to her.
I do intend on getting back into gear. I haven't been as happy with my performances as I'd like to be. So that's part of Project 20. Project 20 is also going to feature a lot more content coming. As you saw last month, I posted the Happy Psycho versus Shawn Jovi feud.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot more of those in music video form coming. There's going to be the Summer Jovi of 23, 24. I'm going to do one on King BW from 2009 to 2010. I'm going to do one on Remy Ravage, probably Chris Castle. Hell, I might even do one on the quadfecta that is 3 Doors Down. I'm also planning on hopefully getting to Vlog 250 soon. As you know, on Vlog 200, I went searching for my father back in time.
I would like to point out that your father, I have a feeling, and I don't want to really, I don't want to guarantee it, but I have a feeling that I'll have a shot to get your father on this. You might see him here first.
Can I come on if he does?
I'll tell you. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it off the air. I don't have him scheduled right now at the moment, but I have a feeling that the way I think it's going, that I will have a shot to get him on.
I think you have a snowball's chance, Tom. You're a great.
I know I have a chance because I'm on an email thread with a guy that played pretty substantially with some guy named Ozzy Osbourne, pretty big guy.
Yeah,
when it happened,
big.
Yeah,
that's pretty big. So but you know what I mean. I was searching for him back then. So who's to say Vlog 250 I don't try again? So there's that coming up. The stepping up the health game, the stuff, more RCW, PWF coming. It's going to be one hell of a year, ladies and gentlemen. And I invite you all to join with me.
Absolutely. And I want people to also hit the sub button for the All Wrestling Matters Archives channel, where you can see some of the content that Mr. Jovi is discussing. And you can do that there. You can also follow the IMF on their YouTube channel, which I'd really recommend people support, so you can see some of their content also out there. And Shawn Jovi's channel is there. We got him a few subs, so a few more closer to the magic number of 1,000. And I would highly recommend that you support him. And I'll be making sure Rad Dad knows about what we just talked about on Saturday's show. He'll be here at 9 o'clock. So I'm excited about that. So everybody, please support Shawn Jovi there. I want to thank everybody that's tuned in to wish Shawn Jovi a very happy birthday. And I also want to wish my friend Maria a very happy day. And said she wanted to get a shout out. She just got it. Also, Golden Triangle Media on YouTube. Make sure you support them. And there's the IMF YouTube channel, which I like people to support. And it is your moment, your achievement. Thank you, Shawn Jovi, for all that you've done for this sport. Thank you. And Zilla believes in you, and I think a lot of people still do. And happy birthday to you. And I'm sure we'll see you on here in the next few weeks. And I'm sure you'll hear. I'm sure from the grapevine you'll hear about Saturday. And
I'll be watching in one way or another.
I'm sure you will. And congratulations on reclaiming your RCW championship. And thank you for all that you do for our sport. And the Boogeyman, thank you for gracing us with your $1 million smile, despite your $1 million scars and tattoos on the side of your head. And great to see you back. And I'm looking forward to what you say may happen next month. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, on here on your birthday. And I'll see everybody here soon. And I'll make one more announcement. Actually, I got one more up my sleeve, and I hope that people will tune into it. But if you're a fan in the rock and heavy metal world, there was a video that everybody talked about called Cherry Pie. And it was a big deal. It was, Warrant's Cherry Pie. And I can safely announce it that the woman at the center of that video, Cherry Pie, a woman named Bobby Brown, only was, once upon a time married to the singer of that, God rest his soul, Janie Lane, in the famous Warrant video, and also what this guy, a couple of people have heard of, named Tommy Lee. She was also in the Great White videos we had on Great White's Mark Kendall. And here on all Sportswire radio platforms next week, we'll see Bobby Brown. So you'll get the details for that very soon. But Bobby, I knew every wrestling males, when they see Bobby Brown, are going to tune in. They'll all be here for that one. So I knew when I announced that one, you'll get everybody here, which is good. We'd like to certainly look at Bobby Brown, but you guys can look at her. I can't necessarily, do that. I do my job, but yes, we're very honored to have Bobby Brown on Sportswire, and she's agreed to come on. So she actually wants to come on. So it's your platform, fellas, and you can definitely look. And
we did it, boys. We got Bobby Brown. Woo!
Woo!
Yes, you did. You can look. You can definitely look, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of comments for it. But
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna do that little cartoon look where,
yeah. She's definitely an interesting person. I've had a chance to speak with her, but we'll give you the details on the day. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. You have voice figuratively and literally all music matters here on Sports Radio and Wrestling Matters. I'll be back here twice tomorrow, 8:45 p.m. Eastern Time with the band Limberlost. I'll then be here at 10 o'clock Eastern Time with the head of Cleopatra Records. He's the CEO, Mr. Brian Pereira. And then Saturday, I'm here, 2 for the price of 1. Yes, my voice is eventually going to blow out here. And then Omen Black will really take over on Sportswire. 1:30, I'm here with the Cheenies, Francesca, Choney, and Ice-T Curtis. Then I'm here with Brad Dad Bradley Belmont, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one, Global Radio, that is Sportswire. Have a great day and happy birthday, Shawn Jovi.